Hi, my name's Nancy Canning, and today in this video I want to talk about a mystical process that some of us go through called the dark night of the soul. It's not one of the more fun spiritual processes, but it is absolutely life-changing. So stay tuned, I'll be right back, and I'll talk about what is this process, what to expect, and how to move through it. So thank you for joining me in this short video on Dark Night of the Soul, that mystical process that we go through when something has ended. Now, everyone goes through many dark nights. When you've lost a loved one, excuse me, an animal has passed, you've lost a job, you've moved, a friend has moved away, something has happened that's a part of everyday life, that's a normal happening in humanness, and you go through a grieving period. And it can be a couple of months, up to a year perhaps, but you move through it. Yes, you feel it, you grieve it, and you move on. The mystical dark night is a very different process. This is where everything goes away at once, so it seems. You can lose your job, you can go through a divorce, you can lose your health, you can move, you can have friends move away from you, you can lose your financial structure, all of it, all within perhaps a few months or a year of each other. So there is a massive ending of the life that you have known. There's a reason for this on a spiritual level, on the mystical level. The reason is, in order to create a new foundation, a more spiritually based, a deeper, different foundation, you have to take a jackhammer to the old foundation of your life, how you have been living up until now. It really feels like a jackhammer gets taken to it and everything is gone. What I found in my own journey through this and in other clients and friends who've been through this process is it's several years in duration from the time it first begins until the end. So it's like a bell curve. It starts slowly with loss, and then you're in the real dark night. And then the light begins to show up inside of you again and you move on. So here's what you can expect. It's not easy. It's depressing. I don't mean to sound depressing, but I want you to understand, if you're going through this, you're not crazy. It's difficult, and yet there is a path. You will always, from what I've found, everyone keeps one element of their life. For myself, I got to keep my health. So I never lost my health, but I lost everything else. Went through job loss, got laid off, lost my friends at work, my support structure, the marriage, my home. I moved from California to Cape Cod. All my stuff stayed behind, all my finances. I moved with nothing, no job, no money. And my cats, I had to let go of my beloved cats. Everything stayed behind. But I kept my health. And other people have kept their home. Another couple I know, she actually kept her marriage. It's often that a marriage goes during this time because we're changing so much. It's unusual for the partner to also be changing enough to stay with you. Some people keep just their animals kept with them. So whatever it is, look for what it is. But notice so many other things you've counted on gone. I was a manager in a computer company making decisions daily. People would line up at my door. And yet when I went through this process, I couldn't make a decision for the life of me. What do I want for dinner was, I don't know. And do I want a divorce? The answer was, I don't know. Everything was, I don't know, because I didn't. And I got led to a talk in Hawaii. I was in California at the time, so it was a quick jump over the ocean to Carolyn Myss, MYSS, who I consider an incredible spiritual teacher. And she talked about this, just a sentence or two in this workshop I went to, about your chakras are just blown out. Your energy centers are just all blown out during this process. And that's what it feels like. You can feel like you're crazy. Like, why can't I keep it together? Why can't I earn money? Why can't I? Take a deep breath. The answer is you will again. Other people I've known who were able to run a business forgot to pay their bills. Another one who always was proud of keeping her word. She would say she'd do something and she'd do it, and she'd go to show up to an appointment and drive away without even responding. So things we count on as who we are, gone for a time. And if you can look at that and realize this is just for a time, this is not who you are forever. I learned to make decisions again, but I make them now from a very different place. And that's the journey. You are being worked deeply on a spiritual level. So look for help. If you have a mentor, if you have a spiritual director, what I had, this was back 20 years ago when I went through it. The only thing and person I found was Carolyn Myss, MYSS, and it was her CD. At that time, it was a cassette tape called Spiritual Madness, The Journey Through the Dark Night. I listened to it. I cried every day. I had moved away on my own. It was really a deep time. But from that, I sought help. I went to a hypnotherapist for the first time, and voila, I found my life's work and got slowly led as I said yes, yes, yes to every single thing that would come up. Yes to the hypnotherapy training. Yes to moving to Cape Cod. Yes to all these things that I felt led to do. I did meditations. I did rituals. I was burning stuff. I was drawing, and I'm not an artist. I'd go into the woods and I would draw. Every single thing you get led to do, even if it makes no logical sense, do it. Because you're being guided. Know this. If you know nothing else, even though you may feel spiritually dry, you can't find God, you can't find spirit, if that's the case, you are still being held. Keep going through the motions and seek out those kinds of help that will guide you along the way. You are being led. There is an end, but it's not likely tomorrow. You're going through a process. Breathe into it. Breathe into it and know that on the other side of this process, of this dark night, there is not only light, but a rainbow. Life is so much better because you have been worked. It's like dough being kneaded and then it rises. You are being kneaded deep inside so that you can do life's work that you can't do until you've been through this process. So take a breath. It does end. You do come through it. I promise you that. I've not seen anyone stuck in it. Keep doing your work though. It doesn't just go away. This is a time to do inner work. Go to the bookstore. I'd go to the bookstore and books would fall off the shelf, literally fall into my lap. And I would go, oh, so this is what I read next. I did not question why. And I was put on a need to know basis. I was so clearly, because I had no job. It was quite a time. And I would scream at the heavens. It's okay to get mad and scream. I would yell at the heavens about what I was going through. And then I would be calm and go back inside and do the work even deeper. And that's what I encourage you to do. Know that this is a spiritual, a mystical journey you're on. You come out the other side, look for the books, look for the meditations, look for the mentors, ask for it, look for it, but know that this is a journey you're making on your own. And congratulations, because you have chosen to be on a really deep journey right now. And so blessings, keep holding on to spirit, even if you don't feel it, and keep doing your work. Thank you. And my name's Nancy Canning. You'll see the website there, nancycanning.com. Let me know if I can be of any help. I do hypnotherapy, but I also do counseling. I do spiritual direction. I help people through processes as well. So I hope to hear from you. Thanks.